I actually started in the private sector in what's called the automotive aftermarket. And I spent 20 years in the automotive aftermarket, the selling of automotive parts. I had the opportunity to enter into state government. And interestingly, my first job in state government was director of the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, which had responsibility for the emissions program in Pennsylvania as well as the safety inspection program. And of course, from my experience, I had been on the other side of those programs, and as such, I had a strong background. Obviously, a different perspective coming into state government, but it was something that I really enjoyed, and now I've been with the Department of Transportation in Pennsylvania for 20 years. Well, what first brought me to the AMPA community was my involvement in IRP. I joined the board of IRP in 1999, and at that time IRP was part of AMPA, and I was on the board in IRP for 10 years. Actually served as chair for 2 of those years. At that point, I became very involved as well with the AMPA community at the end of my career, if you will, with IRP, and started with responsibilities associated with Region 1, and then getting on the international board, and of course now being chair. We're a very fortunate community in the sense that there are a number of chairs, previous chairs, who are actively involved in the AMPA community. One of which, of course, is a former chair from Pennsylvania, obviously, and Betty. And she and I have known each other for years, and I have a very good working relationship with her, as well as with Rick Holcomb and Gene Shimoto. So the fact is that those are individuals who I have a great deal of respect for, and I enjoy listening to what they have to say, and from the standpoint of what to expect. So far, first month I've survived, but I look forward to the next 11 months. Well, I think certainly one of the areas that we want to take a look at is the strategic plan for AMPA. And so I've asked Rhonda Lamb, who is the vice chair for the AMPA board, to work with other board members, a committee that we put together, to review the current strategic plan, to see where we might be able to update it, addressing some of the things that have changed, but not carte blanche changing it and throwing it out and saying, okay, now we have to start from square one. And she'll be reporting to us in the January board meeting what that committee's thoughts are after their review. But again, we feel very strongly that the strategic plan is something that can be built on, not that it has to be changed from the bottom up, and we're confident of that. And so we'll be very interested to see what Rhonda and her committee have to report out in the January board meeting. I think for me the most important thing is getting an opportunity to see what other regions are not only focused on, where their priorities are, but also how they just in general do things. I know that obviously that there are differences between the regions and the way that they interact with member jurisdictions, and I think it's really, really important to understand that, to understand the regional differences, the regional needs. And I think that's one of the things that I'm most excited about looking at the next year.